Okay, I guess you can call this a part two, but really this is more so of a further explanation of what's going on right now. So, right now we're having the Great Divide, as some people have phrased it. It's already been talked about for quite a long time. We're talking about centuries of being talked about, but from the lens of a religious perspective, and I want to give it from a more fuller perspective since we are in the age of Aquarius, no longer in the age of Pisces, where your beliefs really truly mattered and religion was very dogmatic and what have you, and respectfully, fuck your religion. Right now, we're in the age of knowledge. Knowledge. So it's about what you know as opposed to what you believe. So this is a little bit of some knowledge that will help you in this time. The Great Divide is in process right now. It's the wheat being separated from the weeds, as many of you may know it or be more familiar with that phrasing. It's the real being separated from the fake. Those who have been in power, who have had authority, who have misused their authority, 11:11 on the clock right now, they are being separated and called out and exposed for their fakeness, for basically they should not be in power. This is a new earth, a new age, a new world that is being built and constructed right now before your eyes. So this separation has to take place. It is the separating of the righteous from the wicked. Once again, nothing to do with your religion or your beliefs, everything to do with your deeds, your actions, your intentions, and your truth, right? And your truth is not going to err on the side of the wicked. Let's just put it that way. And in the Bible, it describes it, or more so, Jesus described it in Matthew chapter 3, verse 12, chapter 13, verse 30th. It talks about the fire. Now, if you saw my other video, I've already kind of explained the dream that I had during the new moon in Scorpio, in which I was seeing a lot of flames. Things were ablaze. The sky was on fire, but it was at night during the full moon. Once again, talking about that karmic cycles coming to an end, and it's also talking about the eternal judgment, basically where the wicked are going to be shafted out and burned in the eternal fire. But anyways, so basically this is, if we're talking more on the lines of ancient knowledge, we're going to refer back to Kemet, or what some of you would know as ancient Egypt, but it's Kemet. So this is the weighing of the heart against the feather of Mayat, and Mayat representing justice, balance, fairness, righteousness. So it's the judgment that's taking place in which people's hearts are being weighed against that feather. And you would hope that your heart is as light as that feather. Anywho, those who refuse to evolve will be no more. That's where that fire comes in. Just like Lot's wife from the Old Testament, when she turned into a pillar of salt, this is symbolic, representing people who just cannot turn away from what they feel comfortable with, from what they don't want to evolve from. It's the lower vibrational entities, the lower vibrational being that she just could not let go of. And even though she was given an opportunity to enter into a new world, into a new cycle, into newness, something more healthy, more positive, more conducive of life, as opposed to death and destruction, chaos, confusion, evilness, she just could not help herself, and she turned back, even though it was going against the commandment that God gave through Moses, to Lot and to the rest of his family. She went against that. She was not obedient to her intuitive knowing that it would be best just to obey and to keep looking forward and to keep going forward, right? she turned back and she looked back upon the judgment of those who were deemed, hearts heavier than the feather, and she was destroyed right along with them. So that is a warning to all of us not to do that. Anyways, do not allow your family, your friends, your partners, materialism, whatever it is, do not allow that to stop you from getting on that train, from getting on into the newness, right? Divine is providing an escape plan for you. So take it, all right? You have been made aware of what's to come. Do not doubt your intuitive knowing. Judgment is here. We do not judge. We do not judge. But we also cannot ride that fence any longer if you have been riding that fence, okay? You can no longer turn a blind eye to the atrocities of the world, nor can you defend or make excuses for the behavior that has created so much pain, so much hurt in this world. Complacency will automatically place you on the side of the wicked. Darkness in and of itself is not evil. Get that straight. It's what you choose to do in the darkness. If light is shined upon you, as an example, you're in the darkness and light is shined on you and it's exposing you and your actions, would you be ashamed of what you are doing? That's a good litmus test as to whether or not your actions are wicked or not. Whether you are in the darkness or whether you are in the light, your actions determine the evilness, not the light or the darkness. Okay? I like to think of the Bible verse in which I think it's in Psalms or it might be in Proverbs, in which it is said, drink to be merry, not to be drunk. So it's not judging a person for wanting to take a sip of, some wine or whatever, but it's when they take it to the extreme that they become imbalanced. And in this imbalance, that's where, you can get into some wicked behavior. If you cannot establish balance, then you shouldn't do it at all. So if you always overindulge in anything, okay, whether it be a substance, whether it be video games, whatever, it does not have to be super malicious, but if you overindulge in anything, it can become a problem. It becomes an imbalance. So just don't do it. The ancestors and those who passed away due to the unjust actions of the wicked are reincarnating faster than usual. Don't think in human terms or earthly years or what have you. This is celestial. So usually it took a while for them to come back. Well, now they're coming back very, very quickly. This is why it's important, it's imperative that we get our vessels ready. Those who are going to bear children or not, it does not matter. Get your vessel ready for the reincarnation of the ancestors and those who passed away from the unjust actions of the wicked. We're doing this not just physically, but also releasing those vices that are tied to our trauma from past lives. So this is cutting karmic ties that will set us and our ancestors free. I am going to do a video series basically helping the collective to figure out what those karmic ties are if you have not done so already, or just to give you a confirmation that you have truly identified what those ties are so that you can release yourself from it. I hope to get all those videos done before the full moon in Gemini that we are having on Thursday, to get it out to you guys so that you can use that full moon energy to burn those ties. Fuck cutting them.